Hi, this is Ryan Ridley.
And Stephen Sandoval.
And I'm Justin Roiland.
Dan Harmon.
And here we are for this episode of Rick and Morty, your favorite episode.
A lot of people do like this one.
Yeah.
Very dramatic.
Stephen Sandoval's here. He directed this
Hello.
puppy. So we're gonna get to hear some inside baseball in the storyboard department.
Yes.
People were already loving Rick and Morty as we monitored them on Reddit and critics and things, and then this episode came right at the height of everyone getting excited about the series. This was the first series to suggest that the picture got so much bigger and deeper and darker due to the ending.
Yeah.
Was this the one that people said, "Oh man, get baked and watch Rick and Morty," and then they watched this episode and that part happened? Like, never mind, don't
Put your
don't
bones
get
away.
high.
Put your bones away.
Stop getting baked!
Too heavy.
What's happening?
Yeah. This was actually one of our first stories that we broke, along with Lawnmower Dog,
Right.
for season 1. Me, Ridley, Dan, and Mike McMahon as our writer's assistant working at the castle.
Yeah, the first 2 episodes.
Don't worry about it, Morty.
Right.
You're a
For
good
the
kid.
full
And there's not a
blown
premium on
series.
that right now, but you'll be getting girls.
Yeah, and I remember we came up with that ending, this crazy fucking like have your cake and eat it too mindfuck ending. And we're like, that's a season finale. And I'm like, fuck it.
Yeah.
We were gonna do it second. We were gonna air it second. And then I was really like, let's do it in the middle of the season, so it's like a nice kind of
I beg your pardon.
let people get comfy with the characters in the world, and then just knock their brains out.
And this episode's always what we talk about. Like, hey, can we do this? Can we bring back this person? Were they in the world before it was Cronenberg or after? Because
Yeah.
they could still be alive, like my popular character, Frank the Bully,
Yeah.
was
Now,
killed in the
Stephen,
Cronenberg world.
when you since we don't often have directors in here for these 10 episodes, like what take these humble viewers through from the moment that you get involved. What's the first thing that happens to you? You wake up and there's a newspaper boy has rung your doorbell, and there's a shitty script on your doorstep.
He's on fire. It's set on fire. And I have to
With some
stamp
poop
out.
on it.
No, actually, when I was getting hired, I got sent the first 2 scripts. I got sent this one and Lawnmower Dog. And I was reading them both, and this one appealed to me more. And so I was really excited when this one was the one that I
Was
got.
assigned to you.
Yeah, because it was just big and crazy.
Which ones did you do this season?
I did this one. I did Close Rick Counters of the Rick kind and Rixie Business.
Wow.
Yeah, so they were all like massive shows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got the. Yeah, you really did get the. Yeah.
Like casts of thousands.
I guess there's no director that's going, I got the easy one.
No, that's true.
Yeah, but I didn't mind it because I mean, this they're just so good. It was so much fun to put the entire town through like what three separate mutations.
Yeah.
And we had to. Oh, by the way, oxytocin is like in the news all over the place now. I mean, they're talking about like that's why dogs love humans and they have the capacity to love. Anyway,
It pops up every once in a while.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why we put it in here, because I
Yes.
remember reading about it a long time ago during a heartbreak.
By the way, first Game of Thrones reference. There's 2 in the season. Go ahead.
That's my idea. I forced that in there.
Originally, it was this isn't a gentleman's club.
Yeah, I didn't know what to.
little
You
more
wanted to
evergreen.
replace it. You
It's
wanted
like,
to
this
punch
isn't
it up. But
question mark, and then the
Yeah.
writer's room comes up with things, and I'm like, I don't know.
No, man, Game of Thrones won.
This isn't a gentleman's club, Morty.
That
I like
joke,
that one.
That joke is in the Iron Throne,
Yes or no
basically.
kind?
If you want to talk, you get it.
I don't know what you're talking about, but anyways.
All the
so-
jokes competing.
So
Game of
I will
Thrones.
say like the layouts and the staging and everything is really simple in a good way. Like it's really clean and great.
Really?
I mean, in my opinion, yeah. Like,
Really?
yeah, absolutely.
I rolled the dice, and I just actually for
I
a lot
hit-
of
and I
these
hit
scenes, I
sevens.
just
Well, I thought I was overcomplicating it because I like to work more cinematically.
Well, I will say that in when we get to Rick, Council of Ricks, that's
Yeah.
the one where there was a lot of like Bardell panic. This is way too complicated, but I fought for a lot of stuff. But
Thank
no,
you.
this one, in my opinion, was. There's ambitious stuff in it, but it was all doable. There wasn't like a laundry list of notes from from Bardell saying we can't do this. They just buckled in and did it.
Wow, that's a surprise.
And I think of all the episodes, this was the one that Bardell had the most fun and ownership over in terms of like the animation, because there's some incredible animation in this that's all on twos, and it's almost hand drawn. I mean, it is hand drawn. Like, it's not even puppety Harmony stuff. It's like just beautiful hand drawn
Like
animation.
stuff.
Yeah.
By the way, that's Kendrick Lamar as the Flu Rapper. We got him.
Oh yeah, right. That's Harmon, everybody. Dan Harmon.
shit,
Dude, why would
Freestyling.
you even try to take away?
Yeah, why you gotta take away his...
When you see every day that I fucking struggle to expand my empire.
But I thought you were gonna say that that's Echo Kellum as Brad, and then you just made a dumb joke. And Kari
Kellum
Wahlgren
is awesome.
Yeah, he's so great, and we kept using him across the season for all kinds of different things. He later in the episode, he's the news guy that goes, "You stupid bitch."
Well, the casting of Brad, I mean, I think he was written just as a white guy, so you got all these auditions that were like a bunch of white guys going, "Hey, bro,
Yeah,
you better
exactly.
leave her alone,
Typical
dude."
bully.
And then
yeah.
you're playing them all, and then you're like, "Hey, man, come here, listen to this one." And it was Echo.
Echo.
And we
I was
gave
like,
him the zest, an urban zest.
No. Echo just did it what he did, and it was the best audition. So I went to my.
So we designed the character based on the voice.
Yeah,
right?
I went.
And we
I
didn't
went
say
to
a very
McDermott.
special episode where we examine interracial dating. It's just we throw it over our shoulders, man. It's 2014.
I don't see color, guys.
Yeah.
I don't know how many times I have to say it, but yeah, I went and told McDermott, hey, here's the guy we're casting. Change, new character design.
Sorry, that was one of my favorite lines. Digging around inside in her inside.
Yeah, maybe he's digging around in her inside.
It's so wrong.
To say to
Well,
your,
that's like the first moment, we wrote these in a different order than they air, and that is a key moment because Summer's response to that is, "Grandpa, you're such a gross dick."
yeah, right there.
Something
yeah.
in that area. That sums up Summer's relationship as it differs from Morty's relationship with Rick. Morty doesn't have an adolescent.
A pushback.
It's something like because Summer is a couple years older than him, and she's more obsessed and more facile in terms of popularity, sociality. I don't know. She calls Rick out on some of his biggest crimes.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a great pushback on him, like Morty doesn't have.
Morty actually is only conscious of all too late when Rick reveals himself to be a monster.
Yeah.
Summer actually calls him out before he gets there.
Which, by the way, this is a great tipping point in their relationship in that respect. Like this is one of the first times where, or not the first time, but this is where Rick's really like, or Morty's like, this guy's fucking insane. By the end of it, this turned out, this stuff, like,
Yeah, it's fun.
beautiful,
We really posed it out on the board, so I think that's what helped it along.
Phil Hendry, who God, we got to get him in more season 2 stuff. He's so great, and Brandon Johnson is as Goldenfold too. We got to figure out a way to get those.
I remember putting this scene on paper and not, some of it I visualized this way, a lot of it I didn't, and it's a great example of directors and the artists like bringing everything up a notch.
Yeah.
Because that whole thing was done on the move, and I don't know.
How come there hasn't been any Rule 34 of the Goldenfold vagina Morty threesome?
That's a good question.
I
I'm
wanna
sure
see
it's out
Who
there.
would have the front? who'd have
Google it, dog.
Because the point of Rule 34 is that you try to be on the frontier.
Yeah.
You don't want to work within. There's no, Rule 34 isn't like, I'm a haberdasher in downtown New York. Rule 34 is like, I got 3 scalps and 2 ears of corn. What do you want? Like, you gotta
we
think of
teed
shit
them up.
that
They
no
don't
one's
like to be
thought of
teed
yet.
up. Yeah.
I'll tell you what, though, if it does exist, it'll be on Tumblr. That's where they really dig into the all-male Rule 34
Man,
porn.
there's a weird double standard there.
Yeah,
of,
exactly.
Of easily offended
this is-
people versus people who just want to watch Rick fuck Morty.
Yeah. This transformation stuff is just, like, it blew my mind when I saw this.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Well, we just kind of threw in that we were gonna trash Jessica right then and there.
Yeah.
We didn't know if that was gonna fly or not, but it's like,
No, I love
screw
it.
Let's,
Yeah.
she's gone.
Feature
So now
her. Feature her.
I think the audience is going, wait, what? Now what's gonna happen?
Yeah, exactly. That's the beauty of this episode. Is it's like we there's no way to predict where this is gonna go if you're just watching it at home for the first time. Which is us being successful in the structure and narrative or whatever.
We just need to have like a big, huge shout out to the design team who came
Yeah.
up with all of these crazy
Yeah.
mutant drawings.
Yep. Carlos and McDermott and
Stephanie,
Zach.
everybody. They
Who,
just-
who am I forgetting? Is that? I think that's it, right?
I think so.
Are still unknown.
But yeah. Oh, and then this is Echo here on the left, the reporter on the left. My favorite thing. I laughed so hard at the record.
Then eat his head.
He's-
I love it more than you do, Harold.
You wish, you stupid bitch!
Morty's mom!
Well, see, okay, that's Echo not playing a African American.
yeah. Oh look, he doesn't need to.
See?
He can play whatever.
We're progressive writers. We don't.
Yeah, we don't see color, man.
Did we have to cut out the close-up of the bugs, humping the effigy Morty?
It's sort of more on a wide, like, yeah.
Because we
it's-
actually cut in close and
There was an S&P issue there.
Was anyone insulted by just, I don't know, with Dan and I or whoever just gone as Arabic?
Oh man,
Nah, come on.
And
It's
also the
cartoony.
Chinese?
That
It's
wasn't
cartoony.
that was all a placeholder. I'll just go. I come into a booth and I got to do the voice of newspaper vendor number 3, and then they go, "Well, while you're here, can you just
Go ching chong.
give us a
ching
little
chong.
Arabic?" Okay, great.
Actually, what happened is we had a translator there who was bilingual Arabic and English, and they told us exactly how to pronounce sentences. So that's
went,
all
"Yeah,
accurate
yeah."
Arabic.
Actually, what I'm saying is,
I love everyone.
I wish this world could be mended.
This is one of the scenes that I sort of riffed. There's a couple scenes in this episode that I sort of went off book and kind of riffed a little bit.
that was one just prior.
Maybe not. I know. I'll point out one for sure. I know if I did later, but I think that might have been one.
It's the only time I can really.
There's a slingshot around the sun structure to this thing that I gotta try to remember.
You do after a long night.
I feel like while we're breaking stories for season 2, like I think too fucking hard, and like we were so overjoyed to just like,
Yeah.
I keep thinking like story is circular, but like actually what you want to do is just and like semi-circular and then whip the fucker off into space.
Yeah.
Like break all your own rules in the last third of your story,
Yeah,
so that the
yeah.
audience always feels like the show should have been over by now, and that they don't know what's going on and what's happening. That's how life works. That's what a real story is. Sorry to bore you with that. Just making
No,
a
it's
mental
great.
note.
Yeah.
When the DVD comes out, you can listen to this and.
But that's when
it'll-
Justin's in
you'll
the
remember.
writer's room more often than he is dicking around. Out
Hey
in the-
man, I'm not dicking around. I've just got all this other bullshit to
If
deal with.
if season 2 feels sterile and overstructured and like Community season 3, it's because Justin didn't come in the writer's room enough.
Yeah, go,
Look, I'm
more
trying. I'm
Testicle
trying.
monsters.
All right, I'm gonna step up. I'm gonna step up then. That's it.
Is there going to be a Mr. Crowbar action figure?
There should be. Jerry with crowbar and sleeves
Sleeveless
ripped off. Yeah,
sweater.
sleeveless.
No, just the crowbar.
Yeah, yeah.
It's all back to normal. Just do it already. Well, technically, Morty, there's no rush.
I love watching Morty reminds me of Batman in the Arkham Asylum video game series, where you get to watch his little suit gets more and more tattered as you go.
Next time you're gonna see something like this, I mean, soak it in. You know, it's
It's called a redress for anyone out there who doesn't know.
All right.
He gets frustrated with Rick. He pulls the lever.
Rick just wanted to appreciate the site
Hilarious.
for a
What do
moment.
we have here, Morty? Looks like I was right and you were wrong, huh?
Rick is a very petty character. I don't need to tell you that.
You were doubting me about this whole thing, Morty. Oh, Rick, something's not right.
This scene coming up is one of those examples of just
Look, you idiot.
above and beyond.
Something's not right. Yeah, you're not right ever. Now they're just a mess.
This is crazy. See, I thought this was on 1s, but then someone told me it was on 2. I think Nathan over at Bardell said it was on 2s. But it's just...
You're referring to the rate of frame changes.
Yeah. Like how many...
How many frames are different?
Yeah.
Well, the trembles may be on ones.
This, Morty.
I mean, that stuff is just
Your life.
fucking nuts.
Rick goes from that to
Yeah,
mad that Morty's right.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's like, you
That's
can't win with
all
him.
Very autobiographical.
That's Harmon.
There was a version of the story we talked about where the government approached Rick about some catastrophic thing happening. Remember this, Justin? Am I
Yeah,
off?
yeah.
And that he
I just didn't like it. I just
No,
kept,
but
like,
the joke that Rick just used that like just became
just
a prima donna with the
procrastinated?
government. He's like, Like, well, are you gonna help solve the problem? He's like, yeah, I just need
I'm on it.
blue M&Ms.
Just
and
give me red
season
curtains.
1 of
I want red curtains.
yeah, Kitchen Confidential or
Bowl of pink M&Ms.
Shotgun was my penis.
If it were, you could call me Ernest Hemingway.
I don't get it, and I don't need.
So that's Harmon's line, and then in the writers' room, I was like, I don't get it, and so we just added Jerry saying, I don't get it.
Because Jerry shouldn't get it.
Yeah. I was like, I'm Jerry in
But
that.
it's great that like he married out of his league, so
No,
her telling her she wants to fuck him, he doesn't get it.
I had to wiki it too.
I mean, it's
worry,
brilliant.
Justin.
Once I knew what it was, I was like, oh, it's fucking brilliant. But yeah, I was like, I don't get it. Like Jerry should just say that.
That's the universe, the world needs to be unfunctional for Jerry to be functional.
Oh, this is
As a
the scene that
husband.
I went off book and just fucked around on, for better or for worse. I don't know what the original script was.
God, it's a living nightmare. How could you be so irresponsible, Rick? Me irresponsible?
I love that like the sun's coming up. It's like dawn.
Yeah, some-
The world is fucked.
Rick just lashes out at Morty at this point.
Yeah, he digs into her. He digs into him.
I mean, he's right.
Yeah,
Morty
he is
wanted
right.
to
It's creepy.
roofie
Love potion
poor
don't
girl.
fucking- gross.
Yeah, it's roofying.
It's basically
somebody,
like a form of rape. It's horrible.
Creep person. All right, fine. I should have just listened to you when you refused to make the serum. I'm willing to accept my part of the blame for this, Rick. But I'll tell you something. You know what? You gotta accept.
Yeah, bigger man.
I'm not the one who. fucked up the serum. I'm not the one who
At this point in the show, when you're watching it for the first time, you must be like, how the fuck are they going to resolve this shit?
It's like
Right?
Gilligan's
Because-
Island. The answer is, the Globetrotters just swim off in fast motion.
Yeah, we're going home. Well, why can't we go with you?
Because the coconut radio stopped working.
Morty, put this on while I do a little bit of scouting.
Hey, have you guys seen the Globetrotters?
This is retrofitted to the design that
Oh,
was
yeah.
then later used in
That's right.
Rick's D Minutes. For
Yeah,
the
we
interdimensional
knew we
goggles.
were doing interdimensional cable with those goggles, and we knew that those allowed you to peer into alternate realities based on your DNA. So we retroactively added them to that scene.
Nice.
I really thought that the whole place was
Little
gonna be messed
inside
up for
baseball
good, but
sausage factory.
you did it.
This was a big, I really wanted to see this happen. This was my big
Whew,
pitch,
that's some great
right?
luck.
Yeah.
Come on, Morty, lucky
My
you.
big regret is that newspaper
Great.
should say,
That's the real
I was like, it sucks that it says genetic epidemic averted. I wanted it to say, something like earlier in the story, like it didn't progress that far, you know what I mean? But whatever. It was like
Yeah, but you need them to be in a world that's like virtually identical.
yeah, that's true. That's true. That's so crazy.
All right, Morty, here we are. Oh my God, Rick, is that us?
Boy, you can't top this really. Now I'm just realizing we're fucked.
Yeah, get ready to be disappointed, ladies and gentlemen. Season 2 will
We could do like
only
8
break your
seasons
heart.
to just kind of celebrate this.
Yeah.
This is like the first Simpsons Treehouse of Horror. Like, fuck it.
We can ride this
like
wave,
us.
right into into our Malibu mansions
I got lucky and turned everything back to
as
normal.
the show progressively gets worse.
If they start making plushies.
Yeah, exactly.
Now we can just slip
Pencils,
into the place of our dead
plushies,
selves in this reality, and everything
hats.
will be fine. We're not skipping a beat, Morty. Now help me.
And
with
then
this is insane. Look, Morty, I'll
Because
grab
the
the
moment when you go like, yeah, Justin loves Mazzy Star.
Yeah.
I don't know why. He's 10 years younger than me.
love them.
I don't know why we have the same musical tastes.
The answer is don't think about it.
But
Coincidentally,
this
yeah.
is
3 or 4 more of these tops. Now pick up.
It's one of my favorite songs by them too.
this is the kind of shit that you would, in the olden days before the so-called golden age of TV, you had to somehow pitch this to somebody in a suit.
Yeah.
That's why you never saw it on TV, because you had to say it. Then, around the time of David Chase doing Sopranos, like at a certain point, people had to didn't have to keep making a point for everything. You know?
Yeah.
You could just hear a song on NPR and go, I'm going to do this thing, and this fish is going to talk, and
It's
we're gonna have
funny.
this dream sequence.
They actually used this song in an episode of Sopranos. I researched after we did this, which is kind of funny. But yeah, like this song was not cheap, and Adult Swim was cool enough to kind of provide us with a little bit of extra.
Who used it to more dramatic effect?
We did. Are you kidding me? You joking? They fucking wasted it.
They
on
just used it over a
Sopranos.
scene of Polly Walnuts partying at a strip club.
Polly Walnuts sitting in a chair for 5 minutes. No, it was on the end
Yeah.
credits. It was
I mean,
it was
come
an
on.
end credits thing. But we
Who
have
did
it covered.
television better?
Come on, we did.
My money's on us.
We beat them.
Fucking assholes.
Fucking look at IMDb's top shows. We're above them. We're number 9 at last checked.
When's the
Yeah,
last
this
time
is
a
great.
cartoon
Look
got
at
this much
Morty.
head up its ass? Oh, shit.
Morty's that last scene is such a great moment because Rick like just which by the way, can I ask you a question? When he early on he shakes that soda when he's talking to Jerry and he puts it back in, and then at the very end he goes and gets the soda.
Uh-huh.
Was that something on purpose or was that just like
I think
a
it was
weird accident?
It was just a little something.
Because I never noticed it until after it aired and after people started talking about it online and they called that out, and I was like, that's so fucking cool.
Wait, what's the shaking soda thing?
Like when he's in the kitchen and he's telling Jerry about like relationships or blah blah blah, he goes and
it's just
takes
a
the
thing,
soda,
yeah.
shakes it, puts it back in, and then it's the one that he gets and drinks later in that last scene. So yes, we've set up Family A, World 1, Jerry, Beth, and Summer. Will we ever revisit these characters? Stay tuned.
We talked about it briefly today. I pitched something, but no one ever listens to me.
We
Boy,
have
oh boy.
so much stuff that we could go back to and make a meal out of, but we're kind of, it's very fan fiction-y, you know?
Yeah.
It's like
You want to go back to shit, or you want to keep being John Henry, piling through that fucking mountain, beat that steam engine?
But I mean, I don't know.
What about if
maybe
it's-
there's a little bit of a middle ground. If we can come up with something that's completely unpredictable, I don't know. And
What do you want to see come back, Sandoval?
yeah,
Oh gosh.
these guys, right?
Well, they already did. They showed
Yeah,
up in
they
Council of
Rex.
Rex.
They have a little cameo.
Yeah. Gosh.
You want Bird Person to come back? Is that it?
That sounds like spin-off.
Yeah,
Bird Person's
The
a
Adventures of
spin-off.
Bird Person. All right, everybody. Thanks for keep watching these while you do your
This is
homework.
just the second one.
Get your homework done.